So today we're going to talk about insulation, which is an important part of anyone improving their home. It's not strictly necessary for electrification, just to be really clear off that. Now, there are three main types of insulation. There is the no-brainer insulation, there is the while we're at it insulation, and finally there's the ideal scenario insulation. Now for me on my house, you'll notice I've got this massive big wall. It was completely uninsulated. There's no windows, there's no doors, it's really simple. So for me, this was a no-brainer insulation. It costs about 300 euros per meter square for me to get this insulated to a fairly good standard. That price is likely to go up given the situation in Iran, because the insulation here is extruded as expanded polystyrene, which is, at its base a fossil fuel. And so those prices are going to go up. I did want to do wood fiber here. It was quite a bit more expensive, so I couldn't afford it. But given the way prices are going, there's a good chance that wood fiber, when you're looking at doing this, might be a really affordable option. So check it out. In terms of while we're at it insulation, I was doing a fair amount of work inside, right? I removed a big structural wall here. So while we were at it, because the workers were already here, I said, you know what, let's do some internal insulation on this facade wall. It's not strictly speaking necessary, but honestly, it really helps. And actually one little tip for you. I used to have the volets, the rolling metal shutters that cover your windows. If you have them, and if they're the shutters that are inside the wall, get rid of them immediately. It is essentially a big hole in your exterior. They are horrible for the efficiency of your building. I got rid of mine. If you take one tip from this video, it's get rid of your volet, unless they're the ones that are held externally. Those are all right. Now come on, let me show you my favorite no-brainer insulation. I don't know if other people have favorite insulations, but this one is mine. And we haven't done it yet, right? I'm gonna be doing it in the next few weeks. But it is essentially the ceiling of the basement. The reason I love insulating these is A, you will feel it immediately in your floor, but B, there's no finishing that has to be done. There's no plaster work, there's no drywalling, there's no painting. It's just the insulation material. So it's really, really fast to do, and it's really, really cheap comparatively. If you take one other thing from this video, get the roof of your basement insulated. Now come on, let me show you another bit. Now, down here, we've got a while we're at it insulation. So this part of the floor is not over the basement, right? It's on a slab at grade, a concrete slab. There's no insulation underneath it. So what I'm gonna do, because I have a little space right here, right? That's 57 millimeters. I'm gonna put 5 centimeters of insulation, 4 centimeters of insulation and 1 centimeter of new flooring down across this entire room. It's not gonna be a huge difference, but it's really, really easy to do because I don't have to move any doors or anything, and it'll make the place that much warmer. So that is very much a no-brainer for me if you have that kind of space available. And the last thing is, of course, the ceiling or the roof of any building. Now, every energy efficiency diagram you see will tell you that most of your heat escapes through the roof, and that's absolutely true. However, I'm not changing my roof for the simple reason that right now it has mediocre insulation. It's 12 centimeters, so it's R value of like 2.5 or 3. It's kind of what was standard 30 years ago, and it's pretty poor, but for the time being, I'm leaving there because it's quite disruptive to take down all the drywall and all the dust, and then it all needs to be plastered and painted again. So that's not a priority right now, but it is sort of an ideal scenario. In an ideal scenario, you would absolutely prioritize your roofs to make sure that you've got really, really thick, warm insulation, because of course, heat goes up, and that's where your money goes. I hope this was really, really useful for you. Just a quick run through the insulation that I'm doing in my house. One really important point, I had my heat pump installed on January 6th and 7th of this year. That was the coldest week of the year, and it was before I got any insulation work done in my house, right? And the heat pump was completely able to keep up and keep the house warm. It's a myth to think that you need to have a really well insulated house to run a heat pump. You absolutely do not. But a reasonably well insulated house is a more comfortable house. And it's not about the heat pump at all. It's just more comfortable. So if you can do it, find out the places that are a no-brainer for you in your house to do insulation. And if you have any questions about that, please leave a note in the comment or get in touch. And whatever your question is, don't forget, we've got you covered.